Regulation has also begun to play a larger role in blockchain governance. Governments around the world are taking more notice of blockchain technology. As regulators seek to create rules for these new technologies, blockchain projects find themselves in an interesting position, having to figure out how to comply with regulatory needs without sacrificing decentralization. Again, depending on their goals, blockchain networks and DAOs need to decide how they want to comply with regulatory requirements. For example, while wrapping a blockchain project in a legal entity may pose some formal requirements that seemingly limit the decentralization and autonomy of the project, a legal entity can also give liability protection to the participants in the project. There's pros and cons to both decisions. Blockchain systems and projects are never fully outside the rule of law and regulation. Instead, choices such as that of a legal entity help to differently embed or disembed a specific project in a particular regulatory context. Unfortunately, blockchains and their projects face many other issues concerning regulatory compliance beyond questions of liability protection and legal incorporation. For example, the European Union's General Data Protection Regulation, GDPR, is a good example here. GDPR places strict rules on how personal data is collected, stored, and used, which have significant implications for blockchain networks. Since blockchains are designed to be immutable, meaning that once data is recorded, it cannot be changed, it isn't easy to comply with regulations that require data to be erased or modified. The discord between regulatory requirements and technology highlights the need for continuous dialogue between regulators and the blockchain community. It shows the importance of governance literacy for those working in this space. A lack of understanding of the technology's legal positioning could lead to serious issues, as demonstrated by, for example, Tornado Cash. We understand that the subject of governance is complicated and pretty annoying for most developers to deal with. But if your project lacks a governance structure, it could mean frequent forking for simple upgrades, or putting your team at regulatory risk due to not understanding the legal landscape. Not dealing with governance simply isn't an option.